some delicious pierogies. I haven't had pierogies in quite a while now, so I'm looking forward to digging in. So I got myself a real knife and a real fork. I'm just gonna dig in here. I got some gooey cheese on there, bacon, and potatoes, and that's ketchup I'm dipping it in. I know you're probably cringing by now, but I don't do sour cream unless it's in beef stroganoff or certain dips or something. But I know a lot of people couldn't imagine eating pierogies without sour cream, but it's just not my thing. Very good. I bought these at the deli. So, my last video was on snow, all about snow. Well, since then, we got a lot more. We got 20 centimeters. Now, you know how much 20 centimeters is, don't you? Well, I had to look it up. And I live in Canada, and I had to look it up. It's 8 inches. Now, I got a few pictures I want to show you too of the snow we got just recently. Because my last video we had just I think 4 inches, I think, or something. Now we got at least 8 inches. Some people got a foot. In some places it seems to appear to be more because it really piles up, like on top the car, for instance, you know, or the patio or the hot tub, you know, it really piles up there. So it looks like more. But it was really coming down. We're supposed to get more today, I hear. 75% chance, but I'm not sure. But anyways, the day before it was going to snow, I meant to turn my car around. It was facing in the driveway. I wanted to back it out and face it so it was backed in the driveway, so I just go forward and peel out of the driveway. And I went to walk the dog, and I meant to turn my car around, and I forgot. Got in the house and forgot all about it. So the next day I go out there, my car's facing the wrong way. So I start shoveling, scraping, and not a big deal. Back my car right out. You know, it's front wheel drive, got snow tires on, just backed right out. When I went to back in to turn it around, it was like a total whiteout. I couldn't really see where I was going, and there's a big wide driveway. And I started going towards the ditch, and once you're in that ditch, that's tow truck material. Well, I got in, I could feel the car going back, so I stopped, and I started going, and tires started spinning. I thought, oh no. So I get out, and you know, the driveway, you know, you got the driveway, then you got the ditch, and there's a culvert that runs through underneath the driveway for the water to pass. Well, my tire was resting on that culvert, and it's only about that much sticking out. Whew. So my son had a snow day, didn't have to go to work as well. Nobody went to work, no school. Schools are all closed. Buses weren't running. So I texted him, and he's not too far away. He came down, and Linda got behind the wheel, and my son got behind the car, and I got on the side of the car to make sure it didn't go sideways and go off that culvert and into the ditch even further. And we just walked it right out of there. Like I said, you know, my little tires are amazing, you know. So we got it out of there. So it's running good. I mean, the roads are very nice today. The worst ones are the side streets. They're always the worst. Now, before I get to the gist of my video, I have to tell you, when I watch the news at night, I usually watch maybe the first 10 minutes to get, you know, the top news stories. That's of snow. We're not prepared for it. And the whole town just shuts down. Vancouver shuts right down pretty much. So the worst part is the lower mainland, like Vancouver, which is right on the water, and then Vancouver Island, where I live. Those are usually the places that get the least amount of snow of anywhere in Canada. So when it does snow, it's a big deal. But it's almost comical because I'm sure the rest of the country just laughs at us and thinks, good Lord, what are these people whining about? Because, like I said, I mentioned before, I was born and raised in Saskatchewan, and, we didn't shut down because we got, 8 inches of snow. So on the news, you always talk about 15 or 20 centimeters. I never know what that is. I always had to ask my kids when they were little, when they were living at home still. And it's funny because they are as confused about inches and feet as I am about, centimeters and everything else. Now I know what a meter is. I was raised knowing what a meter is, a little more than 3 feet. I know what a kilo is, Don't ask why. But for instance, the metric system, it was just being introduced in Canada when I was in high school. I think I was just finishing high school when they started going on about the metric system. So I really kind of got pretty much I got out there just in time. I just kind of missed it. And it was like a gradual intake. Every year after that, it was a gradual intake. Until it got to the point where that's all they teach is metric. And it's confusing for me, and I live here. Everyone says it's easy because it's based on 10. But it's when all you know is inches and feet and everything. It's hard to get used to that. Now, for instance, if Linda asked me to build a, like a flower box or something, I measure in feet and inches. I don't measure in, millimeters and stuff like that, and centimeters or whatever. I just, anyway, I go to the lumber yard, plywood is still 8x4, that's what they sell it in, 8x4 studs, 2x4s is still 8 feet, 12 feet, whatever. So oddly enough, even though we've completely switched the metric system years ago, some things have not changed. Now gas, they go by liters. I know what a liter is. I learned that a long time ago because a liter is very similar to a quart. If you go down to the grocery store to buy a liter of milk, you're pretty much buying a quart. And 250 millimeters is 1 cup. 1,000 is a liter, so I know that only because of my training as a chef. That's the only reason I know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't know that. Now, miles per hour. I remember I was watching Arlo Guthrie on television, and it was kind of funny. He comes on, he's going to sing some songs. And he starts singing inch by inch, row by row. And he's singing away, inch by inch, row by row, I'm thinking, seriously, Arlo, like, really, And all of a sudden, about a third of the way through, he stops. And he says, you're probably wondering why I'm singing this, aren't you? I thought, yeah. Now, this was about 30-some years ago, but he had recently made a visit to Canada, and he was kind of making fun of the, instead of miles, we go by kilometers. So, for instance, 80 kilometers kilometers is about 50 miles, you know. So if you're driving your car at 80 kilometers, you're driving at about 50 miles per hour. So that's kind of common knowledge here, but for people who are not used to it, it'd be very confusing to think that the speed limit's 120. Wow, let's go. Whoa, you know. 120 kilometers is not the same as 120 miles per hour. So the metric system is really quite interesting. And like I said, when we get 20 centimeters of snow, I still have to calculate that. You know, there's 2.5 centimeters to an inch. So 20 divided by 2.5 gives you 8. Now temperatures, roughly speaking, 25 degrees Celsius, you double that, which gives you 50, and add 30. It's slightly less than 80, but it puts you in the ballpark. It gives you an idea. These are very good pierogies. I bought these at the deli. Now, I've mentioned before that I record my videos in a different location from where I live. So I drove over here today. Roads are very good. It's the side roads you have to worry about. If you wonder why you commented and I never answered, it's because I haven't been here for a couple days. There's a lot of cheesy goodness here. Now, as far as metric is concerned, I still sometimes have to get a calculator, go online, and find out how many millimeters this is, or how many centimeters that is, you know. Because like I said, sometimes it just gets kind of mind-boggling and kind of confusing. And for people that are used to it, when they were raised that way, that's all they learned in school. You know, they never learned anything else, so for them it's easy. But my mom has no idea. Even temperatures, if it's 30 degrees Celsius, that's a smoking hot day. But she still goes by Fahrenheit, and that's fine, you know. And to her, it's just, well, if she steps outside and it's hot, well, that's all she needs to know, right? Must have had about a dozen pierogies here, I think. They were quite good. Very good. Oh. Wow, these are very delicious. I love all the bacon. My mom used to make a lot of pierogies. I still have to Google all that to, figure it out. Try not to make too much noise here. I've had a lot of people comment lately say that they prefer metal utensils. Some prefer plastic. It's funny, one of my viewers was saying they were listening to my video. I'll be okay. They were listening to my video, and they heard a truck go by, and they got up and jumped to look out the window thinking they had forgot to put their garbage cans out or something, but it's kind of funny. I love my viewers. Someone has such a good sense of humor. But I guess, sometimes when I've listened to ASMR, when I listen to somebody's video, I can hear people in the background, maybe in another room or out in a hallway or somewhere. And it sounds like, especially when you have headphones on, I'll take the headphones off and I'm listening, And it's on the video. It's not real in my environment, but it sounds like it sometimes. One thing about snow days, the kids love it. They get to, it's a bonus to get to stay home, but they get to stay home playing in the snow. For little kids, that's like winning the lottery twice. There's a pierogi place. Not far from here. I bought pierogies there one time. And it came with like a nice big sausage and all that. And they're very good. I really enjoy it. They got like a Mexican one where it's just lots of pierogies and salsa and stuff like that. But they got one called a slap down. And it's a grilled cheese sandwich with pierogies in it. Grilled cheese sandwich with the pierogies and the grilled cheese. Looks interesting. I want to do it a few times, and it's almost like every time I go there, they're not open. But they're right beside the Subway, and those they're open the other day. Now it's been about 10 below zero here a few nights. And when I lived in Saskatchewan, it would quite often reach 40 below. I get 10 degrees, here just, it's frigid, just not used to it. I'm looking forward to the summer. I really am. Now, I never say I wish summer would hurry and get here, because I don't want to wish my life away. And I find at my age, I learned to she's had a lot. But, I think she's the exception in our family. These pierogies are all the same. They're all like potato with cheese and bacon on top, and there's onion inside there and all that. And there's onion on the outside too. But they're very good. But it's nice to have a variety of pierogies, I like that, having a nice variety. Now I've got an epic story coming up pretty soon. Then I'm going to do a video on old school audio. I think I was talking about doing that a few months ago, but I'm working on that. I'll be talking about back in the days of my parents, old 78s, Now that's not really my era, obviously. So I'll start there, but I mainly want to focus on my era, like what I listened to as a kid, starting with like a transistor radio, I used to carry these transistor radios around like that, have an earphone, a little earphone stick in there. And then, of course, you graduate to bigger, better things. But I think you might find that interesting. But the epic story I'm working on, it's about a road trip we did in 1993. My then wife, my 3 kids, and my sister and her 2 kids. There was 8 of us. I'm really not even getting full. You think I would? A couple of days ago, I've been trying to shed a few pounds here. I'm doing good so far. My kids got Linda and I some gift cards for some different restaurants, and so we went to this one restaurant a few days ago, and I was so, like, it opens at 11 o'clock. The minute I walked in, we walked in right at 11 o'clock. And of course I walked in, I could smell garlic and french fries and, beef and whatever. And it's a very nice place. I was looking at the menu. I've only been there about half a dozen times before. And a little bit pricey. Portions are a little bit smaller, but they have this big burger named after the owner of the restaurant, the guy who started this chain. And I thought, oh, that'd be so good, but discipline. So I had this big lemongrass salad bowl, and it was really good with chicken. The chicken was grilled, beautiful flavor. It was so good. It was so healthy, and I felt really good about that. Linda had like a Thai dish, which was really good. Thai curry type thing was really good. favorite Italian restaurant, which is where we go about every 2.5, 3 weeks. Now, the last time we were there was before Christmas, so we hadn't been there now in almost a month. And so we went there, and we normally always get the big double lasagna, like the Big Daddy lasagna with the 2 pieces of toast, not one. And then sometimes apple pie with ice cream, but I thought, nope, not having that. So I had a smaller Italian pasta dish I've had before, which is very good. No apple pie. And I'll tell you, I felt stuffed when I ate that. I guess my stomach must be, I don't know if it's shrinking or if it's getting used to eating different things. I've been eating a lot of salad. I have not eaten a thing past dinner unless it's apple or some. Sometimes I take a bowl with some celery sticks, carrot sticks, and some raisins in there, and maybe a sliced apple, and that's it. I won't touch carbs. You know, I shudder when I think about what I used to eat. Not tonight. This is my lunch. I won't be eating dinner tonight. There's still some salad left over. I'll have some salad. But that's all. And that'll do me. Because when John and I went out the other day, I never had dinner. I thought when I get home I can have an apple. I never ate anything. I just wasn't hungry. So they decided, well, you should eat something because it's important for that, to kind of fire up that furnace to keep burning those calories. So that's where I got the idea of a few raisins and like a few celery sticks. So I ate that, and that was good. But I wasn't even hungry. I just, thought I should eat it, and I had a big glass of water. Now when I go to the doctor, they weigh me in kilos. Like I said, I know what 1 kilo is, but, I'm still used to pounds when I weigh myself. I'm weighing myself in pounds because that's something I understand immediately. And even kilometers, if Linda said we're going to do an out-of-town trip, it's going to be 245 kilometers. I would have to Google that to figure out how many, Google it to figure out how many miles that is. I could do it kind of in my head, Wow, this is good. Wish the dog was here right now because she could lick all that off there. quick stories, chicken or pizza, something. Right, just keep going. I know chicken seems to be a favorite among my viewers. I gotta be honest, it's one of my favorites to eat too. But I want to try this Chester's chicken. I've been hearing good things about it. Like I said, it just opened here recently. I'm not sure how long it's been here. But like I've said before, this restaurants in town that have been here for years, and I just never went there for whatever reason. And when I do go there, I say, how long have you been here? They say, oh, I've been here for 25 years. I go, okay. No idea. And I think I want to do another fish and chip. I've been craving. I drive by this place with really good fish and chips. I drive by on my way here. And it's like, oh, they don't open till about 11, I think, but that's which is fine. But I'm just saying that, sometimes when I get here earlier. But I love their fish and chips. It's so perfect there. It's golden brown. They must have, very fresh oil all the time because it's so golden brown. It's not dark or nothing, And they have cod or halibut. It's not cooked to death. It's just beautiful. Big fries. I just love it. Wrap everything in paper, and remember some of those places that wrap it in newspaper, like the old days. And I haven't had a Pepsi in a dog's age. It's been a while, too. Just been drinking water and bubbly. I like my bubbly. Bubbly is good. They had some new kind of bubbly over Christmas. I didn't try it. I should have called Mary Berry or Bumbleberry. No, I think it's Mary Berry, some Christmas flavor. No idea what it tastes like. It might be cranberry or something, but normally I like to live dangerously, but I didn't buy any. But I see they got lots left over, so I'm gonna wait till they kind of drop the price a bit, which they probably will, because they don't want to be stuck with it. And like everything else, it has an expiry date, so maybe I'll buy a case and try it. And I'll do it when I'm making a video, so I can, let you know what I think of it. Yeah. It's amazing how clear the roads are out there. I just heard something go by there. It sounded like someone was driving too fast. Some people drive like maniacs. When it's snow on the ground, they're fishtailing, spinning around. Wow. I know it's fun, but excuse me, my friends, but that's how you end up in the ditch or hurting somebody or smashing up your vehicle. I mean, I used to do stuff like that myself too, Of course, I would never drive my car like that now, but anyways. But Linda's Jeep that she got when her father passed away last July, she has a Jeep, and it's pretty good in the snow. When she went to get her tires changed, they just recommended all season, which is good because she doesn't have to switch them up twice a year like I do. But I don't mind. It's not a big deal. I love getting my summer tires on though. Usually I wait till about March, and then I get them on. And then because it's a pretty safe bet, it's not going to snow. I mean, it has. We got about 8 inches in April back in 2008. I remember that. That was a freak thing, but it warmed right up. It was gone within a couple days. It was just a few floods here and there, but that's okay. Okay, my friends, so the comments. If I don't get to them after a few days, I know people are used to me responding right away, but if I don't, there's a reason for it. It's because I'm just unable to, okay? So I will get to them. And I have somebody, one of my viewers, suggested maybe I do shoutouts to the end of my videos, so I may give that a whirl, okay? I like to mix things up. That way, if you want to hear your shoutout, you have to watch the whole video, man, But, no, I'll try that, see how it goes. I like to kind of, I like when people give me ideas like that, because sometimes I think, well, okay, well, that's interesting, I never thought of that, so, no, I appreciate your input. I read every comment I get, every single comment. respond, there's a legitimate reason. Okay, so I hope you're staying warm because it's freezing up here right now. And yet we're in the warm part of Canada, if you can believe that. So you take care, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're staying warm out there in the land of awesome. So take care and keep those comments coming. If you want a shout out, hit me up. And if there's any more ideas or suggestions you have, let them fly. Okay, so we'll see you next time. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Bye now.